Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
For many of our longer term viewers, you will be aware that we recently purchased a box of American Civil War Cavalry, which was interesting because the unboxing video for that was instantly demonetized for having the word war, which is interesting. Anyway, that's the modern YouTube we have to put up with. People no longer make money on YouTube, so we're just doing this for fun these days. The reason I got some American Civil War cavalry was to turn them into World War II Russian soldiers, Russian cavalry. I did this by using the spare arms of spare weapons and things from the different boxes to turn these troops into cavalrymen. Some of the riders have the original sword that comes in the box, and they have a rifle on the back. It's useful. All the Russian rifles come with a strap, so you can actually stick it on quite well, make it look quite realistic. Some are just carrying it there. They've got the sword still scabbarded, and they've got a rifle over their shoulder. I have the bugler just there, a Russian bugler, and that is the Russian officer with a pair of binoculars, and he looks quite good. I think the box went quite well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
How did you make it? We know the soldiers got on top of horses.
Yeah.
Were they originally from the box?
Yes. They're actually American Civil War cavalry.
And how did you convert them to Russian soldiers?
I cut the heads off of all the figures, and I stuck World War II Russian heads, either the forage cap or the officer's cap or a helmet. And that one there, I ran out of helmets, so I used a Dark Age warrior. What?
So it's just actual soldiers, and they just
I used a Dark Age warrior's hat, and I put a different size helmet, which is the wrong helmet for this. That's actually a Japanese helmet, but you can't tell because it's stuck on the side of the horse, so it looks good. So we've got a Dark Age warrior there who happens to be in Russian uniform fighting the valiant fight. So
about 1,000 years on.
Yeah, 1,000 years on. Nothing's changed. It's the same thing. So yeah, I quite enjoyed putting them together. There's 11 cavalry in all because Russian cavalry units were 11 strong. Platoons were 11 men.
What Polish? Cavalry?
19.
Wow.
But I haven't got 19 Polish cavalry.
How many you got?
10.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So it's a half unit at the moment. I do need to get some more Polish cavalry when I get round to it. But at the moment we've spent all our money on
recent videos.
Recent videos, yeah. That's it.
We haven't done yet.
Yeah, we spent all of our money on Fireforge Games stuff.
Caesar,
we did. Oh yeah, we bought
games.
2 boxes of Hail Caesar, so we can get back into doing Hail Caesar Romans again. And some bolt action World War II stuff. So that's it. That's all. We're penniless now.
And Daysbolt, a lot of Daysbolt.
Lots of Daysbolt stuff. And we're going to have to put up with it now. That's basically all we're going to have for forever now, because we're never going to make any money off this. So. No. Anyway, that's all besides the point. So we've got them. So this is 1 unit of Russian cavalry. Given how they will play, we've only used them once, haven't we?
No.
No?
Oh yeah.
You have? In that last game we did? Yeah.
No, we didn't finish it.
Oh, we did. Right, so the Russian cavalry will be out to battle soon enough. You just keep a lookout for them, and you'll see them on the battlefield. I think we need another unit of it, but we'll see how they play, and we'll see what games we have planned in the future. So we're not entirely sure what we're doing with it, but we've just got another box of Russians, so we should be able to do Winter War. pretty soon. It's getting hold of the Finns that are the problem because they're out of stock at the moment.
That's a problem.
Yeah. But we do have some Germans to be going on with. So that's really it. I haven't really got anything to add, unless you get any questions about Russian cavalry.
Yeah, actually.
Go on then.
Normally, are Russian cavalry trained or untrained?
The Russian cavalry were technically motorised infantry.
What do I mean?
They were light infantry, basically. They were light infantry assault troops, so they were equipped with carbines.
So hit and run kind of troops.
Yeah. Carbines are shorter-barreled rifles, slightly more lightweight, much easier to use on horseback. Although the Russians wouldn't fire from horseback.
Yeah, because that'd be useless. You want to hit anyone.
The Germans could. They were actually trained to fight from horseback. Funnily enough. But they're not taken into account in the rules because it is an obscure thing.
Only German horses can do this rule.
Yeah, some Cossacks actually still use bow and arrow because it made no sound.
Hunting.
It was like having for killing soldiers.
No, hunting.
For it didn't make any sound, so you could sneak.
That's what suppressors for.
Yeah, but the average infantryman didn't have a suppressor, and even if you've got a suppressor, you need subsonic bullets. And during the Second World War, who's making subsonic bullets?
No one.
Yeah,
because
you're making as much ammo as you possibly can, and if it's British, chances are it's not going to fire anyway. Russians used a lot of cavalry. Russia was huge. It's a really, really big country. Just look at a map. It's enormous. And getting around it...
How much populated?
Well, the bits where they were fighting were quite well populated. But in order to get around, you have to use all the roads and stuff. And one of the quickest ways of getting around was actually using a horse. So both the Germans and the Russians had large cavalry contingents. Actually, men mounted on horses. And it kind of makes sense. It's just it does cost a lot in feed for horses, whatever horses eat, hay.
Yeah.
A huge amount of hay horses have to eat. So yeah, it's great. You've got all this cavalry that can ride around, but you're living off the land mostly, especially if you're in enemy territory. So it's not that easy using them because you have to stick near your supply lines. But they're brilliant for patrolling.
Well, yeah, it's a fast-moving scout troops, really.
Yeah, and they're pretty much a horse is pretty much an all-terrain transport vehicle. So.
And you not weigh much because you're not wearing Templar armour.
No, that's true. You're not dressed as a Templar.
Yeah.
Good point. And mostly riders wouldn't actually wear their helmet. Well, I don't care. I think they look good.
Yeah, it makes them look scary.
Because the helmet made you top heavy, moved your centre of gravity. And so if you're riding over obstacles, you didn't really want to have a helmet on.
And if you fell off, you're just going to snap your neck because of the helmet.
Usually the men who rode horses were actually people who grew up riding horses. So very seldom would you fall off your horse. You were a trained cavalryman before you joined the army. So you already were pretty horsey. Any more questions?
No.
No? So you will see them in battle soon enough. We have a few interesting games planned for when we get our Finns. The Finns are on the way. No, they're not on the way. They will be on the way. You will see the Finns one day when we get round to it. But at the moment they're out of stock, so we'll see. Got quite a few things planned for them. So that's pretty much it.
Alright. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And comment down below what you think of my finished, awesome, painted Russian cavalry that will totally win the Polish cavalry.
That's very true, probably.
I just want to put that in.
Yeah. One last point, the figures, the horses came from Perry Miniatures. So if you look at Perry Miniatures, American Civil War Cavalry, and we've done a video on them already, and all the other bits came from the standard Russian World War II box. So there you go. Technically you could do this with any of the World War II figures. turn them all into cavalry, turn anything you want into cavalry. Apart from him, because he's a Dark Age warrior. Yeah, he's actually a Russian, or possibly an Anglo-Saxon. We don't really know how he got there. It's that time machine. He used the time machine to go back in time, and now he's riding a horse in the middle of the Russian veldt, fighting against the Japanese, or whatever. Right, that's it. Thank you very much for watching the video, and from the Time Traveller, goodbye.
See ya.